Learning languages changes your life. Learning a new language changes you more than you might ever expect. It changes how you sound, how you feel, how you experience yourself in the world. Often, these changes do not appear immediately. They reveal themselves in quiet moments if you pay attention. How language changes the way you sound and the way you are perceived. Every language asks for something different. Different sounds, different pauses, a different melody. That is why, when you speak another language, your voice often changes. Not intentionally, not consciously. You may not notice it right away, but sooner or later, you begin to hear it and to understand what it means. When you listen to your own voice in another language, you may recognize a different intonation, a different rhythm. And sometimes, with that change in sound, comes a subtle feeling that something inside has shifted as well. What changes is not only how others hear you, but how you hear yourself. You may sound calmer, braver, more direct, or sometimes more careful. And this moment, language stops being only a tool for communication and becomes a space where identity begins to expand. The moment you couldn't express yourself. You probably remember this moment, a situation where something important needed to be said, but the words were missing. Not enough vocabulary, not enough structure, not enough confidence. What follows is rarely indifference. It is regret, disappointment, frustration. These emotions are not failure. They are part of the process. But here, an important choice appears. If you stay only at the level of planning, you risk remaining in the same place for a while, and then slowly going backwards. And this is often followed by regret, disappointment, and frustration. Thinking alone does not increase your knowledge. Only action does. You already know this truth, even if you don't always want to admit it. Actions speak louder than words. Prepared, not perfect, but in agreement with yourself. The next time you use the language, a similar situation may appear. You may still lack of words. You may still struggle to express yourself fully. But those negative feelings may not repeat. Not because the situation is easy, not because the words come perfectly, but because there is a difference. You know, you kept your word to yourself. Not because you were meant to be perfect, but because you were prepared. And instead of criticizing yourself, you simply accept where you are, what you know, what you can do. And then you decide, consciously, whether to continue developing the language or to let it go. Because without practice, in most cases, a language slowly fades away. How languages expand the inner world. As your confidence grows, you begin to express yourself more clearly. You speak with more confidence, and in those moments, many people describe feeling pride, satisfaction, and respect for themselves for being able to use such a valuable tool to stay aware and to access information. As you go deeper into a language, the world begins to feel wider. Not louder, not faster, wider. Different languages reveal different ways of thinking, different values hidden inside words and between the lines. They offer different views of life, including traditions, cultural landmarks, cuisine, humor, and national mentality. And slowly, the way you see the world begins to change. With every new language, you allow another version of yourself to exist. This is why learning a language matters. Not because of perfection, not because of speed, but because it changes how you live inside the world. If you already feel these changes, you are not imagining them. And if you don't yet, they will come. Some will be small, some will be profound, but they will appear in your life, in your voice, and in the way you see yourself. This is MOVA, an inspiring space about life, reflection, and meaning in English. A space where you listen, reflect, and grow.